During 1953, 54 and 55, variety theatres were still around, and we did a lot of shows, literally one week after the next, every week somewhere else, and it was never planned very well. You may be in Glasgow one week at the Empire, and the next week in Portsmouth, and perhaps the week after in Edinburgh, so it was never planned that you could travel around the country easily. But in between, every Sunday, I had to be there in London because I was on a very large radio show, a very important radio show on a Saturday night. And when we appeared at these variety shows, we always tried to do some kind of publicity stunt in order to get the audience in. Well, I'm now going to tell you about a television show that I did in between the variety shows in Bristol. It was at an army drill hall, and it was obviously in those days all television shows were live. And I told the producer that I was going to do a running commentary, a live running commentary from Bristol about a dog race that was happening in London. Now let me explain. Dog races were greyhound dogs that would race each other, usually with 6 in a race, and scattered around London were some very famous dog tracks like Walthamstow. This particular one was in Haringey. Now remember, that's in London and I was in Bristol. And yet I told the producer and the crew that I predict that dog number 4 would come first and dog number 2 would come second in a particular race, the third race of the day. And the idea was that I would stand in front of the television camera and give a running commentary in a race that was happening at that very moment in London. Sure enough, I was right. That's when I got the publicity in the papers that I had done this racing commentary live on television during a race taking place in London. And in my scrapbook is the actual race meeting where it says dog number 4 came first in that race and dog number 2 came second. And the headline here says that there was no trick about the television racing tip. Remember, that was 1955, where everything on television was live, nothing was recorded. So I feel pretty safe that my record will stand, that I don't think anyone will ever repeat that.